Hello all, and welcome to Overcast, Walden and the Werewolf. Setting wise, that's your lot, full screen windowed, and a few preset graphics qualities. Notice I'm on Ultra, keep that in mind. That's just credits and that's just exit the game, so let's dive on in. So let's begin. This will give you a good view of what the game's about. I'll skip all the gumph, doesn't add anything to the game. Same as the prologue, you have to sometimes sit through. I say sometimes, because sometimes you can escape and skip it. But it has absolutely no bearing on the story or the game you're about to play whatsoever. So the first thing that will jump out at you is no doubt how absolutely ugly these graphics are. Now, of course, as we've discussed many a times, the gameplay itself is good. Graphics don't have to be super top-notch AAA if the game behind it is good. I mean, I suppose credit where credit's due, it's not an awful Unity asset flip. You do have a mini-map to show you where to go, but these levels are usually so small, you can't really get lost. But this is the game's big selling point. Physics-based puzzles. Well, physics-based puzzles, that's a very strong word. Half-Life 2 eat your heart out. So yes, you basically have to keep just moving all these bits of junk out your way. And yes, it's just a basically fetch quest for most levels. Oh yes, and these attempts at jump scares. It's usually a case of fetching something from somewhere and then moving on to the next level. I'm going the wrong way. So yes, this film grain filter doesn't make this any easier. And a game where light sources actually make it harder to see what's going on, not easier. You don't actually interact with doors, but you do have to right click to pick things up with your mouse. No crouch, no sprint. And that lack of sprint will come back to bite you at later levels when the combat starts. Because yes, there is combat in this game, but as you can see you have this really slow one-shot weapon. I mean, yes, okay, the time period, that is correct. But either way, well, I'll use the gift of video editing a bit later on to show you. It's just really dull and slow paced, this game. That's the biggest problem here. See, as a typical puzzle, I can't get in there till I move this junk out of the way. And that's fine when it's big logs like that, but when we're talking about a little chair, oh yes, and you've got to get clothes wet. You're talking about a little stool or something blocking your way, or in a lot of cases, just a plank. A plank on the floor, you can't walk over it. You do actually have to move the plank out of the way. Just in case your eyes are broken and you can't see the obvious key. So yes, it relies on these irritating, splurgy things going on to try and shock you. So it's just dull, slow paced and incredibly short. There's something there, some story, but again you can pretty much ignore it. So yes, Walden and the Werewolf. As I say, credit, even though they have ugly graphics, at least it's not a Unity asset flip. I suppose that's got to be in their defence, said in their defence. So let's use the gift of video editing, I think. So yes, this is a dungeon of pain. This is a good chance to show you what I mean about the combat. Well, at least it's let me walk over the body parts this time round. As you'll see soon enough. This is where having a sprint, I hit the R, just decided to go slow. But you can't really jump inside these little corridors, it won't let you. So you've no sprint and no jump in a lot of areas. And a frustrating delay when you think your gun's reloaded. Little tip, I'd suggest taking out the little naff spiders first. Oh yeah, that's helpful because I can't see my crosshairs very well now that that's in the face. Oh no, that one's going ballistic on me already. See, there's a delay. Even once you hear that clunk, that should be loaded, but it's not. So what I'll do is I'll put the bullet into the big one first, because as you'll see, they do jump and spam around. That didn't hit it. Oh, come on. Oh, hit the big one. Oh, mind you, it isn't doing the jump thing at the moment. So, yes. And this is combat. Wait till you get to some of the boss fights later on. Yeah, there's really not a lot to commend this game, to be honest with you. Probably the highlight of it is the music. The music's quite nicely done, because one of the developers is the musician behind it. Sadly, his game development skills are not in the same category as his game programming skills. So this is what I mean. This is where a sprint would have been a great addition. Come on, I hit the reload button. And now I'm hoping I've any more down here. That's a dead one already, right. Oh dear, tedious. Oh, he's still alive, I didn't realise that. So yes. Hallelujah. And we're through. I think there is actually a boss fight at the bottom here somewhere. That was obviously the thing we're going to be fighting. I don't know if I actually even hurt it here, so there's no point shooting on it. See the music? Yeah, the music's fair enough, it's quite nice. Oh no, that was it, that was the level. So yes, Walden and the Werewolf. Mercifully it's quite short, but it's certainly not a great game. And so the only credit really is it's not a Unity asset flip, I suppose it's its biggest selling point, and the music's quite nice. So anyway, all, hopefully you found this video useful or interesting. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, let me know you're alive. And as ever, thank you for watching. I shall see you all next time. Bye now.